Right now, as you watch this video, something disturbing is happening inside your body. Your skeleton is slowly dissolving itself. Your skin is falling off in invisible sheets. And deep in your gut, millions of neurons are making decisions without ever asking your brain for permission. You think you know your own body. You've lived in it your entire life. But what if I told you that the meat suit you're walking around in is far stranger, far more unsettling than you ever imagined? Some of these facts will make you question everything you thought you knew about being human. Others might keep you awake tonight, hyper-aware of the biological machinery humming away inside you. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your body the same way again. Let's begin. You were born with approximately 300 bones. But right now, if you're an adult, you only have 206. Where did the other 94 go? They didn't disappear. They fused together. As you grew from infant to adult, your body systematically welded dozens of separate bones into single larger structures. Your skull alone started as 44 separate pieces that slowly merged into the solid dome protecting your brain today. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. This process isn't gentle. It's not like pieces of a puzzle clicking together. Your body uses specialized cells called osteoclasts that literally eat away at bone tissue, while other cells called osteoblasts rebuild it in new configurations. Your skeleton has been consuming and rebuilding itself since the day you were born, and it never stops. Even now, your bones are in a constant state of destruction and reconstruction. Every 10 years, you have an almost entirely new skeleton. The bones you're standing on right now barely existed a decade ago. Your body is a construction site that never closes. The machinery never sleeps. And the strangest part? You can't feel any of it happening. But bone fusion is just the beginning of your body's hidden transformations. Look at your arm right now. The skin you're seeing? It's already dead. The outermost layer of your skin, the stratum corneum, is composed entirely of dead cells. You're essentially wrapped in a thin layer of corpses. But your body doesn't keep them around for long. Every single minute, you shed approximately 30,000 to 40,000 dead skin cells. That's roughly 50 million per day. In a single year, you'll lose about 1.5 pounds of skin. Do the math over your lifetime, and you'll shed approximately 105 pounds of skin cells. That's an entire person made of your discarded flesh. But where does it all go? Look around your room. See that dust collecting on your furniture, on your shelves, floating in the sunlight streaming through your window? Scientists estimate that up to 70 to 80% of household dust is dead human skin cells. You're not just living in your home. You're coating it in microscopic pieces of yourself. Your bedsheets, your clothes, the air you breathe, it's all contaminated with the ghost of your former skin. And every person you've ever lived with has done the same thing. You're all swimming in a soup of each other's shed cells. But this process serves a purpose. Your skin replaces itself completely every 28 to 30 days, constantly generating fresh armor against the outside world. It's your body's way of staying new, of healing the microscopic damage that accumulates every second you exist. Still, there's something deeply unsettling about the fact that the you on the outside is never really you at all. It's just the latest version, soon to be dust. And speaking of regeneration, in Greek mythology, Prometheus was chained to a rock where an eagle ate his liver every day. And every night, it grew back, condemning him to eternal torture. The ancient Greeks somehow understood something that modern science only recently confirmed. The liver can regenerate. But the reality is far more incredible than the myth. If a surgeon removes up to 75% of your liver, the remaining tissue will regenerate back to its original size within just 8 to 15 days. This isn't scar tissue or some inferior replacement. It's fully functional liver, complete with all the complex cellular machinery needed to filter toxins, produce proteins, and regulate metabolism. Your liver is the only internal organ with this superpower. Scientists still don't fully understand how it works. The remaining liver cells somehow know they need to multiply. They exit their normal resting state and begin dividing rapidly, like a wound healing on fast forward. The organ restructures itself, rebuilding its architecture from the inside out. This ability has saved countless lives through living donor transplants. A healthy person can donate a portion of their liver to someone dying of liver failure, and both livers, the donors and the recipients, will regenerate to full size. But here's the disturbing part. This regenerative power has limits. Chronic damage from alcohol, disease, or toxins can overwhelm the liver's ability to rebuild. Scar tissue accumulates and the organ slowly loses its immortality. Your liver is performing miracles every single day. The question is, how long before you push it too far? But regeneration isn't the only hidden power your organs possess. Your brain weighs about 3 pounds. That's roughly 2% of your total body weight. But right now, it's consuming 20% of all the energy your body produces. Think about that. 1/5 of every calorie you eat, every breath of oxygen you take, is being burned by that wrinkled mass of fat and protein sitting in your skull. Your brain is a biological hog, devouring resources at a rate that would bankrupt any other organ. Even when you're sitting still, doing nothing, your brain is running at nearly full capacity. It's processing sensory information, maintaining your heartbeat, regulating hormones, consolidating memories, and running thousands of unconscious operations you'll never be aware of. But here's where it gets dark. When your body runs out of energy, when you're starving or severely malnourished, your brain doesn't slow down. It doesn't reduce its demands. Instead, it forces your body to cannibalize itself. Your muscles break down. Your fat stores are consumed. Your body literally eats itself to keep your brain running. Because your brain has decided, I matter more than the rest of you. This is why starvation victims become skeletal, their muscles wasted away, while their brains remain relatively intact almost until the very end. Your brain will sacrifice every other part of you to survive. It's the dictator of your body, and it will burn everything to stay in power. But your brain isn't the only organ making decisions without your permission. You've probably heard of serotonin, the neurotransmitter associated with happiness, mood regulation, and mental health. Antidepressants like SSRIs work by increasing serotonin levels in your brain. But here's the shocking truth. Approximately 90% of your body's serotonin isn't produced in your brain at all. It's made in your gut. Your gastrointestinal tract contains over 100 million neurons, more than your spinal cord. This network, called the enteric nervous system, operates semi-independently from your brain. It can make decisions, trigger responses, and regulate digestion without ever consulting the command center in your skull. Scientists now call it your second brain. And it's in constant communication with your actual brain through the vagus nerve, sending signals back and forth that influence your mood, your anxiety levels, even your decision-making. Ever had a gut feeling about something? That's not a metaphor. That's your enteric nervous system sending warning signals to your brain, influencing your thoughts and emotions. Studies have shown that the bacteria living in your gut, your microbiome, can actually alter your behavior. Certain bacterial strains have been linked to depression, anxiety, and even conditions like autism. The microscopic organisms living inside you are having a conversation with your brain, and you're not invited. You're not just one organism. You're a colony. A walking ecosystem of trillions of cells and bacteria, many of which have their own agendas. The question is, who's really in control? But the nervous system in your gut is nothing compared to the circulatory system running through your entire body. If you could somehow extract every blood vessel from your body, arteries, veins, capillaries, and lay them end to end, they would stretch approximately 60,000 miles. That's enough to circle the Earth more than twice. Right now, there's a highway system inside you that would dwarf any road network ever built. And every second, your heart is pumping blood through this entire network, pushing roughly 1.5 gallons through your circulatory system every single minute. But here's what makes this truly disturbing. Your capillaries, the tiniest blood vessels, are so narrow that red blood cells have to travel through them in single file. These vessels are everywhere, penetrating every tissue in your body. If you were to slice through any random piece of your flesh, you'd sever thousands of them. And they're so fragile that they're constantly breaking and repairing themselves. Every bruise you've ever had is evidence of ruptured capillaries, blood leaking into surrounding tissue. Your circulatory system is a ticking time bomb. A single weak point, an aneurysm, a clot, a tear, and the whole system can catastrophically fail. Blood that's supposed to stay inside these tubes suddenly floods into spaces it was never meant to go. Stroke, heart attack, internal bleeding. Your body is one malfunction away from drowning in its own blood. But at least you can trust what you taste, right? Remember that diagram from elementary school? The tongue map showing exactly where you taste sweet, salty, sour, and bitter? It was completely wrong. The tongue map is one of the most widespread myths in human biology. It originated from a misinterpretation of a German thesis from 1901, and somehow it spread through textbooks worldwide for over a century. The truth? Every part of your tongue can detect all 5 basic tastes: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. There are slight variations in sensitivity across different regions, but there are no specialized zones. You've been lied to. And this lie was taught as fact to millions of students for generations. But the tongue map is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to misunderstanding your own body. Because the strangest things happen when you close your eyes. Every night when you fall asleep, something terrifying happens. During REM sleep, the stage where your most vivid dreams occur, your brain sends a signal down your spinal cord that essentially paralyzes most of your voluntary muscles. Your arms, your legs, your torso, they all become temporarily useless. This is called REM atonia, and it's not a malfunction. It's a feature. Your brain does this on purpose. Because during REM sleep, your mind is running wild simulations, vivid narratives, intense emotions, and physical sensations. If your muscles weren't paralyzed, you would act out your dreams. You would thrash, run, fight, scream. People with REM sleep behavior disorder, where this paralysis system fails, have been known to punch their partners, leap out of windows, even commit acts of violence, all while completely asleep. Your brain knows how dangerous it is when the dream world bleeds into reality. So every night it locks you in place. But here's the truly disturbing part. Sometimes you wake up before the paralysis wears off. You're conscious, aware, but completely unable to move. This is called sleep paralysis, and it's often accompanied by hallucinations, a sense of dread, and the feeling that something is in the room with you. Your brain is awake, but your body is still trapped in the dream world. And for those few terrifying moments, you're a prisoner in your own flesh. Every second of every day, your body is running thousands of processes you'll never see, never feel, never control. You're a biological machine more complex than any technology ever built. And most of it happens in the dark, beneath your skin, beyond your awareness. You think you're in control, but your skeleton is dissolving itself. Your skin is falling away. Your liver is regenerating. Your brain is devouring everything. Your gut is making decisions. Your blood is rushing through 60,000 miles of tubing. And every night, your body paralyzes itself to keep your dreams from killing you. You're not the master of your body. You're just along for the ride.